Actually, forget it. I've had enough. I'm going home. No.
Shall I take over?
No, well, you could do it if you want. I've often said, actually, it would be a good idea. I mean, I need a break.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to be in the nut house.
Okay, yeah, Darren and I'll do it.
Actually, do you know what? I say that. It's nothing like last year. I mean, last year I actually had a breakdown on air for 9 months, thanks to Rafa. I almost said
Don't stop.
Anyway, enough of that. I am Stan for Chidge, in case you're wondering.
I'm Darren Mantle.
He is Darren
John
Mantle.
Linkid and Kaiser Johnny as well.
Yeah, Cuz Johnny, off the podding shed.
Thank you.
Cuz Johnny. Cuz
Harry,
Johnny.
Dan and Andy as well on the bench.
On the bench. Benches, give us a wave. Benches, give us a wave.
I could go home. I'm loving this. Anyway, look, this is the bit we call the Fannies, which are basically the match awards for Chant of the Match, Man of the Match, Guinness and Celery moments. Now, this is going to be tough this week, I tell you. I had to write these last night, and I really, really struggled. But luckily, I had an email from Dan Levine, also known as Bruce Chronicle, to us on the FanCast, and he said football's basically poo. He didn't say poo, but you know what I mean. He said basically football's poo, isn't it? And I said, yeah, mate. I tell you, it's tough doing it this week. Anyway, man of the match, nevertheless. Now, if you've read Ross's ratings, you will find out that I'm deviating a lot from what he was saying, because I had a long and hard think about it, and I decided that even though Hazard didn't have one of his best performances, he did actually create, some of our best chances, and he had 2 shots on target, which is good. I mean, he kind of did more than anybody else to try and win the game, so I felt he deserved a nomination. I also, by the same token, thought although Petr Cech was possibly at fault for the first goal, that he actually did everything else that was asked of him. I mean, he made some pretty good saves, and I think he deserves a shout, to be fair. I mean, a lot of people might disagree with that, but there you go. Now, my last nominee is Sir Gary of Cahill. Now, poor old Gazza had a bit of a shocker in defence, as did most of the team. In fact, arguably, he could have given away 2 penalties, although I must admit the second one I thought was a Bobby Moore-esque tackle at the time. But what I love about Gary Cahill, and why I'm going to vote myself for Gary Cahill as man of the match, but the reason why is that he was like the only Chelsea player, really, who gave 150%. And actually, if you looked at his reaction, can we see that photograph again? You look at his reaction at the end of the match. He was genuinely gutted. Mourinho had to come and haul him off the pitch and cheer him up. It mattered to Gary Cahill like it mattered to us.
I think Dan Levine said that about the West Brom away game. I think he said that Cahill looked the most gutted when they let in that last goal.
Yeah.
And you could tell afterwards, the cameras, it was Terry and Cahill that did look the 2 most upset at the end of the match on Saturday. Yeah,
well, for that reason, for that reason alone, I am going for Gazza Cahill. What are you going to go for?
Cahill.
You're going to go for Cahill. Yeah. I like that, Johnny. What
Absolutely.
About you, Dazzle?
I was going to go for Cahill. I liked his
you like that, like a bit of commitment
and everything else, yeah.
JK?
Hazard.
You're going to go for Hazard?
Yeah.
Mainly because of the reasons that I said?
No, I'm just being contrary.
OK, I like a bit of contrariness.
Yep.
Benches, I think we're fairly unanimous about it being Cahill. Well, what say you guys?
Yeah, Gary Cahill, proper Chelsea.
One Gary Cahill?
Yeah.
Lovely.
100%.
Good stuff. Well, there we go. Well, you'll be delighted to know that the results are as follows. They are, in third place, 19% for Eden Hazard.
Oh.
In second place, 20% for Petr Cech, which means that Gary Cahill romps home with 61%. So there we go. The people out there believe me. I think round of applause for Gary Cahill. There we go. Now, there we go. Well done, Gary Cahill. I like him. I think he is the heir apparent. I think he is potentially our next captain. Do you think that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I was thinking this earlier today when just literally a few hours ago. I think he will be.
I think he will be. Yeah, not like David Luiz, like I thought it was last season.
I like Luiz still, but I don't think Joseph does. Don't think he has as much confidence in him.
It'll be off. We were discussing.
Well, we're going to talk about that
I
later.
know. I was setting it up.
Cahill's doing a lot more interviews as well.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I like Gary Cahill. I got a lot of time for him.
I
Right.
think Dan Levine was saying that, sorry, just quickly, that Cahill always does have time for the press. When he walks through the press box, if he's allowed to, he'll always talk to
He's a
them,
nice lad.
Yeah.
Right, OK, time for chant of the match. And funnily enough, what an awful place to try and do chant of the match. I mean, I wrote this in the little blog on the chant of the match bit, but I mean, it was like I saw a few shots of the Palace ultras, and they all looked about 13 and a half. They looked like an ASBO waiting to happen. And you could hear it, couldn't you, in the din, the shrill din of Shell Suit Park. It was horrible. Anyway, our lot did put up a bit of a fight, even though It was not an easy match, really. And, but the one I like most, again, I'm going to vote for this myself, actually, but I did love the one Gary Cahill, which I heard loud and clear on the box. And the reason I liked that so much was the fact that they gave it after Gary Cahill did this amazing tackle on Balassi, which only subsequent TV replays showed was actually a foul and therefore a penalty.
Well, at some angles. Other angles.
Well, I know, but he definitely played the man,
Inclusive.
not the ball. He didn't get the ball first. So it was an absolute definite.
I disagree with you. According to a couple of angles, he played the ball for me.
Well, the angles.
Also, the ref was standing there. So it was a fair
the
tackle.
second one, not the one in the not the one where he tracked back and then came from behind him and then tackled him like that. That
Yeah,
one.
I think it's the same one. Yeah.
I thought it was like a Bobby Moore-esque tackle.
Yeah,
when
I agree
saw it.
with
thought
you. Yeah, it was.
But actually,
Yeah.
if you saw the replays, it looked a bit dubious. But the Chelsea supporters, being good Chelsea supporters, got right behind him anyway, and gave him a one Gary Cahill. And I thought it was fantastic. The other two songs that came out loud and proud that I really enjoyed were basically the blowing. We're forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, they fade and die, and like West Ham, they fade and die. We're the Chelsea boot boys. That one. I like that. Particularly at a London derby, and I think that was worth a nomination. And of course, one of my all-time favourites, particularly when we go away, Johnny, is We All Follow the Chelsea.
Yep.
Over land and sea. And
Good to hear
Leicester,
it.
apparently. So there you go. So those are the three nominations. I personally am going to go for There's Only One Gary Cahill.
Yep, same here.
2 for one Gary Cahill.
Yeah, I think so. He needs a better song, but I think for the time being, yeah, I'd say so.
But at least he's got a song.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I agree. He needs a better one.
JK?
I'm not going to vote. I'm too miserable.
Oh, come on.
I'm too miserable.
You're abstaining.
This is the thing. It's not about the football. Though.
Okay.
It's not about on the
I'll
pitch.
tell you how.
Oh, all right. I'll vote for Gary Cahill then.
All right. That's a shame because I was going to say if you don't vote, I won't run Burger Out.
Oh.
Oh, but you're going to vote. Well, we're unanimous about Gary Cahill. One thing I will say is that I know that Tritz and Seb have got. There's a couple of songs that are kicking around. The Paris, Palace. But I don't know how it goes. I didn't hear it. And the other one about the Aspilicueta. It's that he's Aspilicueta. He's better than Baswinger. Or something. He's just like
What's the tune
Baswinger,
for that
but
one?
he's like Baswinger, but he's better. Aspilicueta.
Oh, yeah, I have heard that,
Aspilicueta. Yeah, that one.
I think the other
What
one,
tune
the
does that one
Palace
go to?
one,
Tune.
La Bamba.
Oh, yeah.
I think the other one is maybe the Who the F at Palace. Because they sing, I don't know where the song originates, but it is from Sister Act. I think it is that I Will Follow Him song. And they sing like We're Palace, Palace. So it's just Who the F at Palace, Palace.
Yeah, anyway.
And that really annoyed them. When we did it nationally a few years ago, I always just Google these things afterwards, and one of their fans said it ruined their day, the fact that we took the mick out of their song.
Good.
Excellent.
Dan on the
I
benches.
thought it was we're going to Palace, then we're going to Paris.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, sorry, that's
It
a
is.
different one then.
It is, but I just wanted to make him feel better.
But
anyway.
Do you remember that Tiago song?
Tiago.
He comes from Portugal.
Yeah.
He hates the Arsenal. That originated at the Palace game when Drogba scored his first goal.
yeah.
Because the bloke had it written down
All
on a
right,
piece of paper.
gallery.
He stood up.
It would be really lovely if you told me the results. Here we go. First, we have. Third, we have. Right, how many percent? 0% for We're the Chelsea Boot Boys and we're running after you.
Chelsea.
30% for We All Follow the Chelsea over land and sea. And Leicester, which means...
Yes.
Gary Cahill, one Gary Cahill. There's only one Gary Cahill. 70%, smashed it. Hey, that's 2 for Gary Cahill. Sadly, he won't be on for a quadruple of Fannies this week. But before we get to that, we have something special for you here. We've got what they like to call in the industry a teaser, and it features my good friend Jonathan Kidd. I wonder if you can guess which character he plays in this, coming up right now.
Sweet, thanks.
That'll be £8.40.
Can I pay with this?
Oh, some mistake, mate. That's your season ticket.
Yes, it is.
Kicks off 22nd of April on ITV4.
Whoa! Burger Owl! One Burger Owl! There's only one Burger Owl. Be careful how you say that.
Could you see the resemblance?
I think he looks just like you.
Yeah, me too.
Tell us. Would you like to tell us all about this?
It's about a team called Brainsford United, and that's Warren, who's a kitchen utensils salesman, and he supports them. And it's it works on. It's a comedy, obviously. It works on many levels. It's actually quite. It's about a dysfunctional family, and
a bit like this podcast, really.
Similar. His wife's training to be an air hostess. All the characters are very well drawn. So one of his the son doesn't want to have anything to do with football, is being forced to become the mascot and whatever, and the daughter is a goth and just wants to hide away from him and the whole any enthusiasm he has. So it's just really well written. There's some very good writers.
And you got the lead?
No, not at all. No,
you're Burger Al.
No, but Burger Al's just, Warren's the lead. He's Warren United. I'm just saying it. I also play the police horse, one of the police horses.
Police horse?
Yeah, but he didn't say anything.
Is he like Ed the Talking Horse then?
He is, but both of them are. There are two of them.
Did you just...
One of them...
I suppose there was a seat outside.
One of them speaks terribly like that.
He's a horse that speaks terribly like that.
And the other one speaks a bit like that, so...
well, why? Is he from Wales?
Yes, Welsh. She's a Welsh horse. Exactly, exactly. Well spotted.
He's a pit pony.
And I play a variety of other characters that...
You're very talented, Jonathan. We're honoured to have you on the
Thank you. I mean, it's a very good series. It's very funny, but it works on so many other levels because it's about a chap who can't actually engage with his family. So it's actually there's a sadness about it as well, being
pathos.
As well as being very amusing. But it's had some very good. It's written by. The first episode was written by Simon Nye, wrote Man Behaving Badly.
I know the name.
So
today the Chelsea FanCast, tomorrow Burger Al, and the day after tomorrow The Simpsons.
That would be lovely. It would be nice if it caught on like The Simpsons.
Are you going to be playing?
I'd be kept in meaningful employment.
You're going to be doing the voiceover for Fernando Torres in The Simpsons?
Funny enough, I do Alfonso Marmalade, who speaks a bit like that, he has that kind of voice.
I think maybe Fernando Torres speaks a bit like that.
He does, he speaks like that.
I think maybe as a Spaniard, he probably has a lift.
He probably has a little bit of a lift.
He Spaniard with a lift.
I give him, he says, doesn't say love, he says love.
Love.
And he's a love, he says love.
I would love to score for Chelsea.
I would love to score for Chelsea.
Yeah, I would. If I had any talent, I would. Enough. All right.
Enough. And also during the week, we played with Beautiful Game. My band, Rudy V's.
It went well.
Beautiful Game. Oh, fantastic.
Top band, mate. Absolutely done. They are.
The songs are great. They play them so well. Really impressive stuff.
Good. All right, we need to. Oh, sorry. I've just been. Somebody shouted in my ear. Then Gary, talk about football. No, we don't want to talk about football.
Hang on a second. I was allowed to talk about that because it's my little bit.
No, he was. That was Jonathan Slott. Okay, behave. Right, now we are going to talk Guinness moments. I'd like to talk about Guinness actually for the next 5 minutes. How about that? Cool. Right, now, if you don't know what a Guinness moment is, it is a moment that celebrates beautiful skill, flair, techers, unbelievable techers even. And we call it a Guinness moment rather than a champagne moment because that's how we roll. Now, there are 3 nominations, the first of which is Aspie pelting down the wing on the overlap. Put an absolutely... Can you do Aspie in the Spanish voice?
No.
Would you love to?
No.
Okay, I'll shut up then. Basically, Aspie pelted down the wing on the overlap, and then he put in a sublime ball across the 6-yard line, and it was a fraction off connecting with Schürrle's toe, and it would have been a goal, which I think the whole game would have been different had that gone in. So I think that deserves a nomination, as does... this is quite an odd move, and I don't know if you remember this, but we were on the attack. I'll tell you where it ended up. It ended up with Hazard doing this beautiful shot around 3 or 4 players, which Speroni saved.
Just somehow, yeah.
You know, he couldn't have seen it.
He actually started Speroni to save it before he shot.
It was an incredible save.
I think he said afterwards he didn't even see it.
But the shot was good.
He anticipated it completely.
Good. But what was also good, which many people might have missed, was Matic's pass into Schürrle.
Yeah.
Beautiful. See, I'm glad you were watching the game too, Johnny. You obviously saw that too. So basically the whole thing, really. But I was particularly enamoured of Matic's pass. And the last, but by no means least, just to show people how we can actually hit a dead ball, Oscar put a beautiful... No, it wasn't that JT header. What are you doing? You can't do that to me. That's really naughty. No, not that JT header, cheeky. I reckon we must have a Palace fan in the gallery tonight. No, but basically, Oscar put in a beautiful ball on a free kick, and JT connected with it perfectly. Unfortunately, it went about 2 inches over the bar, unlike the one that he did at the other end, which allowed Palace to win the match. But I just thought that was also a pretty good moment. I went ooh a bit then.
Yeah.
And ooh is the barometer. Ooh. If you go ooh, it's you know. So those are 3. So out of those 3, Mr. Dyer, what are you going to have?
Already voted.
You've already voted.
Matic passed to
He's actually written this on his script. Look at this. I've made this be a lesson to you. Not only has he remembered he's also put it in a nice, plastic cover. Yeah. But he's brought, and it's on better quality paper than mine.
Has he highlighted?
He's brought. This is quality. He's brought the script and he's written in a different colour what You know, this is why the Podding Shed is a far superior show to the Chelsea fan.
More preparation.
More preparation.
I like this.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I knew what was going on, basically.
No.
Right, no. I emailed to you yesterday.
No, you did yesterday. So it was
Right, okay. He's going
for
for Matic, Schürrle, Hazard.
Yes.
I am going to go for Aspie, actually. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for Matic too, because I kind of like that.
I told him between that and just the Oscar cross, the JT header.
Yeah.
I thought it was decent, but
Wasn't it?
overall nothing really came of anything.
it was
So
really rank,
I'll
wasn't
just
it?
go for the Oscar one. But
Oscar for you.
Not really.
JK?
I'll go for Matic.
Matic, okay. 3 for Matic, 1 for Oscar. Benches very quickly because we're running out of time.
Matic pass, real quality.
Yeah, you liked all of that, didn't you?
Oscar.
Okay, Oscar, fair enough.
Matic,
okay. I think we're all for Matic. Can you reveal exclusively to me, Gallery, what the scores on the doors are? 20% for Oscar JT combo in 3rd place. 30% for Aspie in 2nd place, which means the winner, I can do the maths on this, 50% for the Matic Schürrle Hazard shot combo.
Good call.
Well, he says 47, so that means the 3% abstain then? Oh, 33, I do apologise. Okay, 47% voted for that. I agree with them. Right, now, last but by no means least, is this week's Celery moment. And this is my kind of, you know, in times of sadness and despair and gloom about a match, I know that I can find things that will make me laugh. And here we have, as always, a few crackers. First of all, is Jose telling the ball boy off. Now, this is brilliant. Not least because he revealed in the post-match press conference that he said to the ball boy, mate, he didn't say it quite like this. He said, but if he did say it like this, it would have been funny. He said, mate, if you do that again, you're likely to get punched. I mean, it would have been better, I think, if he'd have said, mate, you're lucky it's not Eden Hazard coming up to you because he'd kick you. You know, that's what I think he should have said, perhaps.
Yeah, but Eden Hazard didn't actually kick the ball boy in the Swansea game. He kicked the ball.
Justice for Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
Free the Swansea one.
Yeah.
Totally right. But anyway, I thought that was really, really funny.
But I think the refs should pay much more attention to that obvious time wasting and obviously.
Well, they should do.
The
The
collusion.
player told
The collusion.
him. Yeah.
I know, but the fact that it's absolutely ridiculous. The refs don't know anything about it at all. The referees are just so occasionally crass.
Crass is a great band, as far as I remember.
Well,
anyway, was it banned from the Roxy? Possibly. Those who like punk can write and tell me. Anyway, the next one on the Celery nominations list is Jose writing on Paul Langen's notepad the word balls to emphasise what he felt that Chelsea were lacking. And who are we to disagree? Now, the last one, I mean, you know, I wasn't going to do this. I was going to choose another one, but I mean, basically, this was, if you didn't laugh at this, you would have cried, right?
Just how?
The last few minutes of the game, right, presented on a golden platter, a Palace player does a back pass directly to Fernando Torres. And Fernando Torres, he not very bright. No. He decided, instead of actually scoring a goal, it was a bit more Mexican, wouldn't it, really?
Yeah, it was Mexican, yeah.
Anyway, he decided that instead of actually scoring the goal, that he would put it over the bar by 20 yards. So that had to get a vote. Now, we've got about a minute left, so we have to vote very quickly. Johnny, what are you going for?
Balls.
Balls. I'm going to go for balls, actually. Are you going to go for
I was going to go for it anyway, especially now that it's on Paul Langen's pad as well.
Balls?
Yeah.
Balls?
Balls, because the Torres miss should just
that's
be
quadruple of balls. Benches quickly, one word.
I think load of balls here as well.
Balls for you. What is the official real time in the real world answer, Greg, in the gallery, please? Third. How many percent? 23% for Torres. Third. He even couldn't win this one. Typical. 24% for Jose and the ball boy. Sounds like an Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice play. 53% for balls. Yes. I completely agree. Yes. I think actually we should write to Chelsea and say we've got a great idea for a musical starring Jonathan Kidd, and it's called Jose and the Ball Boy. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll write it if you like.
Yeah, he'll write it?
Yeah.
OK, I'll write it. I'll direct it, you write it.
Yeah, perfect.
Chelsea can finance
Who'll
it.
put the money up? Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah. Get
good.
Roman to. You'd love that.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed that. That's actually cheered me up a bit. Good stuff. Good. Right. Now, after the break, we're actually going to talk some proper football, actually. We decided it would be a good idea to have a chat, in view of very little football to talk about who is going to be staying at Chelsea next season and who will be on their bike in a minute after this lovely break.